Hey guys, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Online, Speculation, Economics, and Finance. I've got a real gem for you today. There's some sweet action in the market. Everything's going absolutely bonkers. We've got a new set that's just come out, Hour of Devastation, and it's been interesting watching this set unfold. Not because it's doing anything very interesting in and of itself. It's really just following the typical pattern. When the set first came out, its value online was somewhere, I forget, around 150 maybe. Now it's down to 92. So it's crashing down pretty hard as people continue to draft. But that's not what I really care about. What I care about is every time you have a new set that comes out, people go and they sell the farm, they sell the ranch so they can draft and play sealed. They want to play that limited and enjoy the new set, which is of course a financial mistake because limited usually has terrible value. We'll talk about that some more in a minute. But at any rate, people are mortgaging the farm so they can go play Hour of Devastation on release. This is pretty typical. We tend to see a lot of card prices crash when new sets come out, and a lot of it's just due to basically a lot of people selling stuff off. Anyway, there's some fantastic opportunities, and we're going to check out the movers and shakers on MTG Goldfish. And one of the interesting things we see here is in standard, Gideon's down to 14, and this is a fabulous opportunity to buy in on a still very, very solid card. And in the past, here in recent weeks, I was thinking when I got to 15 that it was a really good buy, and it was a good buy at 15. But Gideon is a fabulous buy at 14. And again, this is a card that I've been watching and I've talked about before. It is going to be rotating here in about 3 months, but I still believe in Gideon. Hashtag believe in Gideon. I think there's room for one more big jump. There's room to make some money here. Its all-time lowest price was $13.39. It's sitting at 14. This is a steal price. I've already gone pretty deep myself. I think I've got around 40 copies of Gideon. I got in around 16, but I don't even care. I still feel pretty confident that Gideon's going to be solid. Yeah, I got 40 copies right now. And so if you can get in at 14, I think you're going to be doing great. The card could go a little bit lower before it finally bounces back up. So if you want to hold off, you could. But 14 is just a great place to get in. And, maybe something's fundamentally changed. But, you can always, double check that if you have any worries. Here's the metagame right now. White-Blue Monument is sitting at 13.64% of the meta, and Marty Vehicles is at 12.99% of the meta, meaning that Gideon is relevant in over 25% of the top 5 decks in the format. If you want to extend it one more deck positional place in the format, the 6th place deck in the format right now is White Weenie, which is also going to run Gideon. So we're talking about somewhere over 25%, less than a third of the top meta decks are running Gideon, and Hour of Devastation is not going to drastically change that. So Gideon is still a fundamentally solid card, and once we get a little closer to rotation, I wouldn't want to be holding it, but I still think there's plenty of time for a bump before we get there. So yeah, if we look at some of the recent results from online, just as of today, we've got a White-Blue Monuments and a Marty Vehicle deck results being turned in. So we don't have as many results that were being put out today. That's probably because a lot of people are drafting Hour of Devastation and not really playing in the leagues right now. But basically Gideon's still showing up very solid, and it's not time to panic sell on him just because he's rotating in 3 months. Anyway, looking at Modern, there's some pretty cool buy opportunities. If you want to pick up Chalice of the Void, now is a pretty sweet time to do that. You always want to look at the top losers for the day and for the week. The old adage, buy low and sell high, definitely applies here. A lot of people kind of freak out when they see a card losing a lot of value and they don't want to buy in because, hey, what if it loses more value? But at some point you just got to pull the trigger. And so if you see a card that's a loss loser for the week, unless there's something fundamentally wrong, that's a great time to get in on that card. But some more subtle cards that you might want to take a look at are the Khan's Fetch Lands. I think that the Khan's Fetch Lands are really just in a great place right now in terms of where you would want them to be in order to make a purchase decision on those. When you think about historically, it's been quite a while since Cons was a new set, but it's recent enough that it's going to be quite a while before we see these fetch lands being reprinted. And I think that Cons of Tarkir was redeemed into the ground, and that a lot of these fetch lands were sucked out of the online system. So right now you can get polluted deltas for under $8. I'm not really excited about the price on Bloodstained Mire, but it's fine. It's at a reasonable price. Flooded Strand is reasonable as well. It's okay. It's not amazing. Wooded Foothills also kind of okay, not amazing. I think Windswept Heath is good. The thing I'm probably most excited about all of these is where Polluted Delta is at right now, being under $8. It's still a very key fetch land in Modern, so I think that that's definitely the best place to be. After that, I would say Windswept Heath under $6 feels pretty great, and those would be the two I'd be most interested in that I think are the best deals. The Flooded Strand is fine, but it's been down around $770 before, so it doesn't feel like it's as impressive to me. And I just don't feel good about the black-red or the red-green fetch lands at these price points. I think that they're just not as good fundamentally as blue-based fetch lands or where white-green is right now. But anyway, it's all relative. Any of these fetch lands are probably reasonable buy-ins right now. The other really sweet card to look at right now, and I was watching this card kind of closely for a buy-in opportunity, and right now Nettle Sentinel is a loss loser for the week and for the day. It's sitting at $4. This is absolutely amazing. I think this card's a great buy at 5 or 6 tickets. So being down at 4, this is just absolutely amazing. You've got to go all the way back to MM3 to find a situation where the price was this cheap. And you can kind of see where the price kind of, bounced up around 560, but then before Modern Masters 3 or MM17, whatever you want to call it. But then after that, the price began to recover, and Nettle Sentinel consistently was peaking back up over $7, and at certain points in time over 8, even hit over 9 at one point. So, or actually at a couple of times it hit 9. So, and recently, very recently it's been, up over 7. So being able to pick these up at 4, and here's the crazy thing, right now the spread is at 10%, which is crazy low for a modern card. So I am all about the Nettle Sentinel. I've been picking up a lot of these as the price has been dropping. I haven't been able to get all of these at the lowest price, but I'll just try to keep buying these as the price goes down or stays low. I've got around 50 right now, and I'd be willing to have as many as 100. I think this is a very solid card. I did a Google search and I don't see any news out there as far as reprints go, and it's just a card that's it's in Legacy Elves, it's in Modern Elves. Modern Elves is a little more fringe, but it's also a key card for Stompy and Pauper, which Stompy is a very, very important deck. In Pauper, it's always going to be a solid deck. And also Elves, which is a little more fringy, but I mean still, it's a real card in 2 different real decks in Pauper, as well as being a real card in Legacy for Elves there, and seeing some play in Modern. It's just a multi-format card. It was printed in a set that didn't really have a whole boatload of supply, so I think this is just a fabulous card to be picking up right now. I also think it's a little too awkward to get printed as a standard card anytime soon. It could happen, but I think it's very unlikely, so I feel pretty good about it being a reasonably safe from seeing a reprint from a standard set. It could see a reprint in some kind of specialty set, some kind of Modern Masters or something like that, but we just had our last Modern Masters, so it's going to be a while. It could also just see a reprint in some kind of standalone retail product, but I think the pricing on that hopefully would help keep Nettle Sentinel from completely crashing too hard. So it's a card that you can actually buy and be patient and wait for it to get back up around 8 tickets and then unload them, and I think it's reasonably safe to hold until that point. So anyway, these are some fantastic options for you. The only other thing I wanted to talk about today is in the drafting right now. If you go to the limited tournaments, go to the leagues. If you look at the different leagues that are available for Hour of Devastation, you've got the Intermediate Swiss Draft League, the Friendly Single Game Draft League, and the Competitive Single Elimination League. And what blows my mind is not that the Competitive League has 500 players. That feels about right. It's that the Friendly League only has 400 players, and the Intermediate Swiss Draft League has nearly 5,000 players. And if you really take a good hard look at the EVs on these different leagues, the Friendly Single Game Draft League is so much better. Just so much better. You can't even really begin to compare it. If you just want to get the most bang for your buck in your drafts, let's take a look at this real quick. So here's the Friendly Hour of Devastation, two Hour of Devastation, 1 Amonkhet pack. I'm just going to refer to it as the Friendly Hour of Devastation Draft League. If you can win 5 matches, you're going to get back 80 play points. And the way this league works is every match is 1 game, and you get to keep playing until either you get 7 wins or 4 losses. So let's just say you're slightly better than average. You're just a slightly better than average player. So you win 1 more game than you lose. You win 5 games, you lose 4 games. That puts you at 5 match wins. You get back 80 play points. You're going to have to pay 12 play points to participate in the league. So, or I'm sorry, 120 play points. And you're going to win back 80. That means you're down 40 play points, which is basically 4 tickets. Which, okay, so you can draft at being just slightly better than average and only be down 4 tickets. Maybe you could draft a couple of cards worth $1 and you're only down a couple of tickets on the draft and you're not even killing it. You're not like some amazing all-pro drafter or anything like that. Now when we look at the, let's take a quick look at the intermediate league. So here we have the Hour of Devastation Intermediate Draft League. And when you look at this, same price, 12 event tickets or 120 play points. And with 3 match wins, you get 5 Hour of Devastation boosters and 1 Amonkhet booster, which is cool. You know, if you're the kind of person who's just going to always go undefeated, I guess this is alright. But if you're that good, don't play intermediate, go play in the competitive league. Because if you're just going to always win all your matches, that's where the real value is. But let's say you're more realistically just going to win 2 matches. You're going to go 2-1. You're going to get 1 Hour of Devastation booster and 1 Amonkhet booster. Which means to draft again, you're going to have to go buy another Hour of Devastation booster. And when you look at option 2 here, you also have to put up 2 event tickets if you're buying back in with booster packs. So that means that if the Hour of Devastation booster is worth more than 2 event tickets, then you're going to end up paying over 4 tickets to draft again. And keep in mind, if you're going 2-1 consistently, you're not just a slightly better than average player. You're actually, you know, you're winning 2 matches for every 1 match you lose. You're a 66% winner. That's quite a bit better than just being a 5-4 player. So, you know, you might even, you know, heaven forbid you actually slip up and you don't get 2 match wins, then you just end up with absolutely nothing. Whereas in the Friendly League, if you were to, let's say you slip up and you go 4-4, well, you still get 50 play points back, which, you know, you're nearly getting half of your entry fee back just for being a 500 player. It's not even the end of the world. So anyway, to finish out our analysis here, we would actually need to you know, hit the marketplace and see exactly how much an Hour of Devastation booster is going to cost. So we'll just do a little search for HOU booster, and let's see what we got here. Look at this, over 4 tickets, 4 tickets, 4 tickets. It's a brand new set. These are not going to be cheap. So even if you're going 2-1 and you're winning back 1 Hour of Devastation booster and 1 Amonkhet booster, to go buy another booster is going to cost you 4 tickets. Then you got to pay 2 tickets just to get back in the draft again. That's 6 tickets that you're going to have to spend just to get back in the draft after you went 2-1. Whereas if you're playing in the Friendly League If you go just 5 and 4, which is not as hard as consistently going 2-1, you're only going to have to spend basically 4 tickets worth to get back into that draft. So the value is just so much better in the friendly league. And let's say that you're, a pretty good player, going 6-4, that's just going 2-1, then going 2-1 again, and going 2-1 again, and then losing the last match. I mean, so basically, if you're the kind of person who can consistently go 2-1, you're not going to have a problem getting to 6-4 in the friendly league. And 6-4 in the friendly league gets you back 100 play points. So you're only down 2 tickets. So if you can just draft a couple of cards worth $1 or one $2 card, you're drafting for free now. You're basically going infinite at that point. And you just can't go infinite with any other draft format with those kind of win-loss ratios. The other draft formats, you basically have to always win all your matches every time if you want to try to go infinite. And I'm exaggerating a little bit here, because if you actually win out all your matches, you'll win enough, to where you can have some extra boosters. But I don't know, it's just quite tough. I can understand if you're an amazing drafter playing in the competitive league, because the payoff is just really good. And I can understand if you're more like, maybe a medium player, it's anywhere from, a little bit better than average to, honestly not very good, then you should be playing in the friendly league. The fact that there's almost 5,000 people playing in the intermediate Swiss draft league frankly just shows how incredibly idiotic people are. There's just no reason to do that. If you think you're a serious player, get in the competitive league. And if you just want to have some fun and try to get some decent value, then you should be in the friendly league. There should be no one in the intermediate Swiss draft league, but there are. So anyway, if you're watching this, the big takeaway is, if you're going to do any drafting, if you're not a pro, you should just be in the friendly league. It's actually not terrible value. It's not great compared to playing constructed, but it's not bad compared to the EV you get on most drafts. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week. I hope the advice that I've given you today helps you to stack up some extra tickets. I'm fairly confident that if you follow any of the advice that I gave out today, you will get some extra tickets. If you invest in Nettle Sentinels or Gideons or Fetch Lands, just be patient. Don't buy in and invest in cards if you're going to have to turn around and sell them, in a week or two. As long as you can put some tickets down and hold that stuff for the next several months, you're definitely going to... well, I shouldn't say definite. Nothing's ever a sure thing, but I'm very confident that those are all very solid investments. And if you're going to do any drafting, my advice here is also very sound on just hop in the friendly league. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you again next time when we come back again to Magic the Gathering Online to help you stack up some more sweet tickets. Peace out!